All right, everyone, get ready for some movie updates. It is now time for Showbiz Theater, and we have our film expert, Jason, in the studio.
Hello, Adrian, my friend.
Yes, my friend Jason. How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you, my friend?
You seem to be quite excited here, and stop calling me my friend. I think we're giving too many hints here.
Too many hints indeed. We're going to be talking about a very special film today.
Okay, which one, please?
Today we're going to be talking about the sequel to the 2001 hit Friend 2.
한동수를 살해할 것을 지시한 적이 있습니까?
Jun-seok is jailed for ordering the death of his friend Dong-soo. He is released after 17 years and feels threatened by how the world has changed and how Eun-gi has become the top man in the organization. Jun-seok starts gathering up his people to regain control over the organization, which his father Chol-ju has set up all his life. And he gets Sung-hoon, who's treated him like a father in prison, as his right-hand man. Sung-hoon had an unhappy childhood and does not know his real father. He starts relying on Jun-seok, who takes care of him like a father, and the two work hard to regain control in Busan. Then one day, Eun-gi visits Sung-hoon and talks about Dong-soo's death, and Sung-hoon becomes confused by everything.
All right, Jason, today we'll be talking about Friend 2, 친구, or the first movie was released 12 years ago in 2001, a tremendous success, over 8 million viewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite
success.
restrictions on the age of the viewers.
Yeah, exactly. Despite having a restricted rating, it amassed over 8 million admissions.
Incredible.
It's an extraordinary feat.
Yeah.
And it's become a classic in contemporary Korean cinema.
Now, they usually say that the sequel is worse than the original production. Is it true?
There are many examples of that, of course, but there's also some notable exceptions. In Hollywood, you have the Batman trilogy, so the Batman Begins was a great film, but then the Dark Knight was even better. Then you have Godfather Part 2, a classic, which is better than Godfather. And Toy Story 2 as well, I would say is better than Toy Story. And Thor 2, I would say, is probably better than Thor 1, which is currently in cinemas.
So hopefully Friend 2 will be better than Friend 1.
Let's hope so.
I'm actually quite curious as to why they decided to make the sequel.
정말 그 영화 끝나고 나서 나름대로는 그렇게 해서 답을 내려드렸다고 생각을 했는데 많은 분들이 이제 아니다, 맞다, 아니다 이런 얘기 있었는데 아마 그날의 사건을 통해서 그것에 대한 궁금증 때문에 어찌 보면 저 친구 2가 만들어진 게 아닌가 이런 생각을 하죠.
준서이가 동수이가 맞습니까? 꼭 그걸 물어보시거든요.
12년 동안.
예. 그래서 결국 관객들이 보고 싶은 이야기는 친구 2에서는 그건가 보다 라고 생각했습니다.
Now, Jason, I think they had to make the sequel because probably the fans and the people were probably asking the director, okay, so who killed Dong-soo? What exactly happened at the end of Friend 1?
Yeah, and that's exactly where it starts. The film begins as the last film ended. So it literally is a sequel. It carries on from where the last film was.
So if you haven't seen Friend 1, then you'll be having a hard time understanding Friend 2.
Yeah, absolutely crucial, I would say. To get as much out of Friend 2 as much as possible, you should see Friend 1 first.
Now, in Friend, the first one released in 2001, we actually had Jang Dong-gun, who was in his prime back then. We also had Yoo Sung. Are we going to be able to see these actors in the new movie?
Yes and no. Jang Dong-gun is not in this film, but you do see Yoo Sung, and you see rising star Kim Yoon-bin. So there's a lot there in terms of the actors. You can't. The sequels are great when they have the same cast, but it's good to have a bit of a mix.
A little bit of a change.
A little bit of a change as well, yeah.
Now, Jason, just by hearing all these names, it actually makes me really curious about Friend 2. Maybe we can start off with Yoo Sung. What kind of role does he play this time?
Well, he plays exactly the same character as he did in the original Friend. He plays a character called Jun-seok.
Yeah.
Now, he's in jail. I'm going to give a bit of a spoiler for Friend 1 for those that haven't seen it, so close your ears if you haven't seen it. He orders the killing of Dong-soo. Now, Dong-soo's son is now in jail, and so they become kind of friends, or even a kind of a father-son relationship.
Okay.
Now, they're then released, and Jin-suk still takes care of Dong-soo's son, but then Dong-soo's son begins to realize, well, actually, he ordered the killing of his father.
Okay, so basically we have Kim Woo-bin, who plays the son of Dong-soo, and he becomes close with the person who ordered his father's killing.
Yeah, so on the one hand, he's really grateful for what he's done for him.
Yeah.
He buys him a nice motorbike and looks after his mum. But then on the other hand, he ordered the killing of his father. And so as the film goes along, particularly towards the end, in that kind of climatic scene, his emotions begin to surface. Yeah.
Now, Kim Woo-bin, he's a rising star these days. He starred in dramas. I think it's his first big movie. Dramas like what? School 2013?
School 2013, which is currently very popular on TV screens here. I had mixed feelings, I'll be honest. I had mixed feelings seeing him cast in this movie. I wasn't sure about his acting. I was pleasantly surprised, actually. He's able to convey the kind of the complex emotions of that character, and he's rather scary. He has this really long face, and he's very muscular, and he's not someone that I would want to mess with in a fight.
Indeed, he plays like a 20-year-old, something rough and tough guy.
Oh yeah, very rough and tough. But he is a fine-looking lad, and yeah, I'm sure he'll attract the ladies as well as the guys who want this kind of idyllic, perfect figure.
It's him right there.
Yeah,
you can see him.
He's very tall as well, and he's got this kind of cool hairstyle.
Okay. Now, Jason, we're talking about Friend 2. You watched the movie yourself. What did you think about it in general?
It's an interesting movie. It's better than I expected. I think it differentiates itself quite well from the first one.
Yeah.
Friend is a kind of a tale of friendship, camaraderie, and
Coming of
age, serious kind of drama.
Yeah.
Whereas Friend 2 is more of a noir film, more of a kind of a Godfather-like film, looking at gang warfare and loyalties between gangs and friends and whatnot. And so that's what I liked about it. It wasn't simply a replication or a repeat of Friend.
And technically speaking, how is the story told? Did you like that as well?
Yeah, there are kind of different kind of narrative strands, different stories within this one film. It has the kind of a current narrative at the present day, but it also goes back in time to,
in the past.
Yeah, to Dong-soo's son and why he had some problems growing up and why he ended up in jail. And it also goes back in time even further to Jin-suk's father. He was a big kind of gang leader and his kind of rise up in the ranks in the gangs in Busan.
Don't tell us too much. We'll have to leave it there for now. But I'm actually quite curious to see if the sequel will be able to beat actually the first 친구.
I think it'll be a tough feat. I think over 8 million emissions.
We'll see.
It'll be tough, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, now we'll have to leave it there. Next week we're going to talk about another movie.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about a revenge flick. Now, these films tend to be very popular in the West. It's called The Five, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to be seeing it very, very soon.
Yes.
And I'm very curious to talk about it.
And we'll talk about Kim Sona as well next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, I really hope you enjoyed Showbiz Theater. We'll have some more movie updates next time, but you can participate on Facebook. Voice your opinions. Thank you once again, Jason.
Bye-bye.
근처에 CCTV들을 다 확보했어요.
이제 내가 잡아다 여기다 묶어만 주면 되는 거예요.
경기도 광주 쪽이요.
우리 약속 깁시다.
어떤 사람이에요?
우리가 쫓고 있는 것이 아니고 우리가 우리를 쫓고 있는 거야 지금.